Okay, and welcome back everybody watching at category 6. We had a small issue during after the formation lap. The lobby just got stuck. So we had a small restart, but we are back now and we should be fine to start the race off here at Hungary category 6. Let's hope on a good and clean race. Everybody should be starting on the right tire as they did in the beginning, in the first lobby. We will have a formation lap again and then we will start with the race. And we are waiting for all the cars. 20 seconds left. Everybody who tuned back in, welcome and thank you for staying with category 6 here tonight. Once we have visual on track, we will set up the spectators menu for you guys, so you can see all the chosen tires. Everybody should be staying on the same tire, and they did. So here is the spectators menu, and we have Luke and Luca, both the Ferraris, in P1 again. Luca really wanting to get the race started, overtaking his teammate already. But we should be doing good now. And also we have all the names visible now, so that's a good thing. So Bacimik, who wasn't with us in qualifying, does seem to be ready to race, starting from P18. We'll be starting on a medium tire. Now I'm going to sector 3 and then we will be forming the grid again. Which means we should be ready to race. And again, any predictions for tonight, throw them in the chat. I'm definitely curious what everybody watching is thinking. Personally, seeing Luke his time, I think he will be a very good contender to win this race here tonight. And also, it's I think both the Ferraris actually will do great here in Hungary. And there we have the grid forming up again. Last two cars now setting their position. And there we have it. Now finally we hear the engines waiting for the lights. Good to see you back, Prof Fatigue. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we are off here in Hungary category 6. And it looks like a really good start in the back from a few drivers. There we have it. Oh, and there's there's a Racing Point hitting some grass there, but it seems fine in turn 1. And there's a crash, and it's Dan off. He hit someone. And I think it's gonna be the Renault of Sidhu who got hit by Dan, or Dan hit him. I have no idea. One of the cars hit each other in there, actually, so the wing damage for those guys. But it seems that Luke and Luca are good off here. Also 24 Hours looking very strong here in a good position. Riley Boy in a really good position as well. Close with Ned behind him. Then Peter Pryor and Kayleigh closing in on each other as well. And I think my time is screwing up a bit. I don't think Riley Boy is 17 seconds already behind, but yeah, that's the game. I can't chase it. And we have Richard in the chat saying Ferrari taking 1 and 2, and that's a good prediction here, as Luke already took a big gap on his teammate, and also it's Luca really taking a gap from 24 hours as well. Let's see if we can see some fighting in the back, and I see Bellamy losing some places here, and a few cars hitting the pit lane. I see a Racing Point, an Alfa Romeo and a Renault going for the pit lane. So Rosebeach had some contact as well somewhere. And BA Dubs looking for the hunt on Bellamy here. Bellamy who got wide now. BA Dubs right next to him. And he's through. And that's a good overtake. Oh, still. And he crosses back. And he doesn't know. Ah, and he lost the position again. So he was through, but he lost the position going into turn 2, excuse me. And now Bellamy taking the position back. Kayleigh lost the last positions. And I think he took a spun somewhere, and it looks like BA Dubs is out of the race into turn 5. He got a spin there, and I think he lost the rear and took a spun into the wall. And I see a big complete yellow track, but I don't have a virtual or normal safety car at the moment. And I believe I do see a safety car on track, so it's gonna be a normal safety car. Luke going for the pit, and it's Luca going for the pit as well. Changing their tires already in the 3rd lap of the race. Now Riley Boy taking P1 and Peter Pirate taking P2. So it's a good position for the Williams driver here at the moment. Still on those soft tires. And Peter Pirate as well. The Mighty Frax taking P3. Bache Mick, who already got a penalty. Let's see how many he got. It's a 5-second penalty. And that's gonna be P4 for him on those mediums. But he will need to lose those 5 seconds in his first pit strategy. Then Stella Hank and the other Red Bull. Benny Mac taking P5 and 6 at the moment with the current safety car. Then double slamming in P7. Kayleigh, who went for the pit as well, looking, so it got the mediums. Luke to the hards. And Luca as well, so both Ferraris on the hard tires. Lost quite some position, but I think on those hard tires they're in a great position at the moment to take back their podium positions. After the pit stop strategies from the cars in front of them. So 5 cars currently still on those soft tires. They last about 7 laps if you use them in the qualifying and don't have a new set on. And the mediums, I think you can do 13 to 14 laps on paper, but you can extend them to almost 20 laps on those. Of course, behind the safety car your tires don't wear off that hard, and that will definitely save some rounds, so some cars will go for a later pit stop. As we are on board with Riley Boy still leading the pack here behind the safety car. And it looks like only one of the Racing Points needs to rejoin. No, it doesn't. CD actually needs to rejoin as well. He's quite far off, and also Infamous, who is on a hard tire currently, also needs to still close in quite some places, and somehow Bache Mick shoved his way up to P3. I don't know how he did it, but he did shove himself up to P3, so some of the cars actually took a pit stop, I guess, or went off track during the safety car. But he's currently at P3, so that's a good position for him at the restart. Let's see if he can last those mediums well enough to extend his pit stop strategy and actually go for a great race here. And as I said, it's such a risky track, And I see Infamous and Sidu actually going for the pit lane again. Sidu taking the soft tire and Infamous taking the medium tires. Did they took damage somewhere maybe? I don't think the safety car is gonna wait for one of those guys to actually rejoin the pack, as they are really far behind. And I don't see any notifications at the moment as well, so let's hope I can see when the safety car is going in. And quite some penalties already in the back, so it's 3 drive-through penalties actually. Maybe they were gambling on the fact that they could actually deem those drive-throughs during safety car, but unfortunately you can't, and that's actually something, it's in the rule book, so you can't. And actually Stella Hank and Benny Mac took a 5 second as well. So both the Red Bulls on a 5 second and Bartje Mick on a 5 second, that's definitely gonna change their pit stop strategy. And they need to push really hard to not lose a lot of places during the during the pit stop moments. And safety car is still going. I think he actually might be waiting for the last cars to rejoin. And Infamous going for the pit lane again. I don't know what he's planning. He's going for another set of mediums. It's a bit strange going for 2 stops behind the safety car and 2 times for the same tire again. So I do think he's trying to deem his drive-through penalty, but as I said, you can't deem it during a safety car. As Sidu actually closed in on the pack. So he will be joining the safety car restart, but at the moment Infamous won't. And the safety car is going in now, and it's Riley Boy controlling the pace at the moment. Let's see where he's gonna go. And he's gonna go early. So exit on the last turn. He goes on the throttle. And didn't really surprise the mighty Frax. And Bartje Mick really close behind him as well. And I do see Luca lost some places. And he's still fighting. Trying to cross back his position here with the Racing Point. Now next to each other. And actually going side by side through turn 2. And Luca took the position. And it's Neff who took the position from the Racing Point again. So Peter Parvit lost 2 positions in that battle between it's Luca and him. And Neff just took advantage of it and took P15 at the moment. As we are now on board with Kele watching, and he's taking the position from Bellamy here, who's went wide in the combination turns. And Kele actually having a great pace on those mediums. 24 hours now actually fighting with double. There was a little contact maybe, I think, but no real contact. And double going wide there. Now Luke looking for the action. He doesn't want to make the gamble on the last corner, but he is on a better exit here. But also Rosebitch right on his back. Luke now going for the attack on double. Maybe he can make it stick, and he does make it stick. Oh, and double taking the position back. Oh, and Rosebitch going wide, cutting around grass there, but Luke took the position from double. Now back in P8, and now actually double is in the pressure of the Racing Point here. who's actually on the pressure of Kele as well. Who's taking caution, trying to overtake in this part of the track on those medium tires, but he is looking in a really good position. Bacemiku actually took P2 at the moment. Still has his 5 seconds of course, but he is on a medium tire, so he can maybe slam a gap in to deem his 5 seconds and keep a good position. He's actually really close on Riley Boy as well. Let's see if he can make the position, make the attack here, going out of turn 14. At the moment it doesn't seem like it. Both cars on the same pit stop strategy. No, not on the pit stop strategy, ERS level, sorry. Bacemic looking for the inside here in turn 2. Can he make it stick? And there's only a paper between those tires of the Williams and the Renault. Bacemic now really on the tail of Riley Boy here, going wide and the exit of turn 4. Now into turn 5 and lost a lot of position, a lot of time there, trying to make the attack work on Riley Boy. But Riley Boy doing a really good job on defending. Mighty Facts actually in a really good position to watch this fight and maybe actually taking advantage of something happening. And then 24 Hours lost the position against Snelle Henk. Lost a lot of time as well, so maybe he spun out somewhere. And it does look like he has damage because he's slowing down for all the corners, and he does have damage. Now Luke on the inside of him as well. Don't take the risk of hitting the car, and Eddie taking his position as well. So 24 Hours really losing some time here, and it's Rosenbeek going over the grass, losing a position to Kele and double. And there the 24 Hours going into the pit lane to make his front wing work again, and also his teammate went for the pit stop. So that's almost a double stack at the Mercs there. Luke, who is getting hunted by Eddie, but Luke is on such a good pace. Eddie currently at 8 laps on the soft tire, and he definitely needs to pit any moment now. Luke having a really good pace here in the Ferrari on those hard tires, actually closing in sometimes on Snelle Henk on the mediums, but losing some time now. Bacemic still really looking for the gap on Riley Boy, but sector 2 isn't the place to make the action work, and he goes wide a lot, and he has actually 8 seconds penalties already. So big fight. Oh, and Bacemic out braking himself, almost hitting Riley Boy in the back, and it's a Renault off, I believe, and it's Sidu is off in turn 5. Is this a safety car again? Riley Boy going for the pit lane, and Bacemic going for the pit lane. Bacemic now actually taking the P5 5 seconds, excuse me, wow, English, 5 seconds away from him. Luke now in the pit lane as well. Where is he going? I think he's going for the medium tires. And it's Kele who's continuing on those medium tires. Riley Boy took the mediums. And Bacemic currently at P8. On what tire is he gonna pick? And he's still on mediums. No, he's still standing still. And Bacemic going for the hard tire, and he lost so much positions there. Tailway going back to P14 actually. Luke actually taking P13 now, but he's on the medium tires, and it's a good compound to be on now. But it's 25 laps left. Can he actually make those tires work for that many laps? Double now currently at the front of the pack. Kaylee at P2. It's Luca got himself back up in the podium positions at P3 on those hard tires. Knowing that Kaylee still needs to pit on those mediums. Rosenbeek behind him. On the hard tires as well, and then looking at P5, good position for him on those mediums. Riley Boy, who actually got P7 now on the new fresh set of mediums, can he actually last them for 25 laps as well? understand really good. The mediums can go 20 laps if you manage them well, and during a safety car your tires don't wear off that much. So maybe they took the gamble of the safety car taking, what is it, like 3 laps, and then actually going in again, and that only needs to be 22 laps left on those medium tires, and it can be done. Infamous, who lost a lot of time, now looking to actually go back to the back as well. He had a drive-through penalty. He deemed it after the safety car. So that's the second safety car already in 11 laps of racing. Hungary really taking his victims here. As we are climbing back on board with the leader of the pack at the moment, Double, with 10 lap old hard tires. So he started on them, and now at the moment he looking good. But a lot of the cars behind him, of course, are on fresher tires or softer tires, and he will definitely gonna get attacked by Kele or it's Luca at the moment. Let's see what he can do on a safety car restart, as Infamous in the McLaren actually closing in on the pack, and I think the safety car will go in then this lap. Let's hope, actually. Let's hope the safety car goes in this lap. And it does. The lights of the safety car are out. I need to look at that since I don't get notifications from the game at the moment. And the lights of the safety car are out, so the safety car is going in this lap. And let's see how Double is going to take this safety car restart. Is he going to wait for start finish? Is he going to go early? What is he going to do? He's controlling the pace at the moment. Let's watch the onboard from Kele. He's still warming up his tires. And there he goes. He didn't surprise Kele with it, and he didn't surprise It's Luca as well. And Rosebitch with an amazing restart. Already going side by side with It's Luca here in turn 1. And he actually, is he going to take the position? Luca running wide, next to each other still. Luca now in front of him, and oh, this is going to be really close into turn 2. And Luca running deep. And keeps his position here. Peter Pirate seeing his teammate fight off the Ferrari there, and actually closing in on him as well. Looking to take his P4. So Kele still half a second behind Double on those hard tires. But he's in a great position at the moment. At P2. Neff taking the attack on the mighty Frax here. And I did see some spinning in the chicane, but no cars got damaged. And the Red Bulls are really struggling on those tires. Oh, and there he is on the grass, but he did save it. And that's a good save from Snelle Henk here in the Red Bull. But there goes Luke on the inside in turn 13. And he has it. So he makes it stick. And now, turn 12, excuse me, now into turn 13. And now trying to attack the McLaren on the straight. So Eddie is going to be in quite a hard position to defend this. Luke on the medium tires. Using his ERS. And can he make it actually work? Going for a deep braking here. And he does make it work. And he's now back in P11. Took the position from the McLaren here. Who's already got attacked by Barchemick now. Barchemick on the inside of the McLaren. There's a small bit of touching there. But he did make it work. And the McLaren is behind him. Now the Renault driver taking P12. Looking for the attack on Luke maybe. But he lost quite some time in that fight off with Eddie. Neff and Benny actually fighting here, and Benny took the position from the Alpha Tower driver before going into the chicane, and now Luke looking for the attack on the Alpha Tower as well, as Kayleigh closed in quite some on the Haas driver, and also it's Luca really close behind him. Can they make a really good fighting on here in the first rows of the pack? Can Double actually take off these two drivers and keep his P1, as Neff crashed on the exit of turn 12 between turn 12 and 14, so he took a spun there, I guess. I missed it on stream, but there's an amazing fight going on here in the front as Kayleigh keeps closing in on Double, but losing time on the exits at the moment. Now he had a greater exit, going for a deep break here, side by side through turn 2, and Kayleigh makes a stick. So Kayleigh now currently at P1. Oh, but he Double got for the tried to make the overtake work in turn 3, and there's a massive crash in the back. That's definitely gonna be a safety car. That's a big crash, and I see 4 cars actually standing still at the moment. The McLaren is still driving, but Bajimik is off, Dan is off, and it's Luca is off. So those cars won't be continuing here. Double actually got away with it, but he must have some damage. Why did he try to make the overtake work on Kayleigh in turn 3? That's insane. You know it's a fast right-hander. You know it, and there's not a lot of space there. And he still tried to take his P1 back, but made a huge contact with him, spinning around, taking Luca with him as well. And Luca, I believe he spun back on track and took the Alfa Romeo and the Renault with him as well. So that's the 3rd safety car of the race. Only 14 laps raced, and it's gonna be insane here at the moment. So that's actually at the moment basically 6 car outs of this race. And I do think Double is definitely to blame here on this crash. This was a massive crash. Infamous took in damage as well. Actually got overtaken by Doubles even in the pit entry. Double now going for the pit stop as well. Benny Mac in the pits. Pete Pirate in the pit. Rosebeach and Kayleigh went for the pit lane as well. On those hard tires actually are still cold, so he made a little spun there, but he made room for Rosebeach. But Rosebeach needs to give the position back. Seeing Luca is still Kayleigh is still on track. So currently Riley Boy leading the pack again on those medium tires in the Williams. And what a crash was that in the back. Oh my god. Kayleigh really lucky he didn't get taken off during that fight. Luke still now in P3, but what a day is this. Luca was in such a good position on the Ferrari, and he got actually slammed off track by actually just a weird attack trying to take back P1 between Kayleigh and Double. So that's 14 cars left in this race. A safety car again, and a lot of strategies changed again. Now Kayleigh on the hard tires. He's gonna finish the race on those tires. Actually all the cars behind him as well just pitted. Benny Mac going for the pit lane again. So this is a good moment to look at the penalties at the moment. Peter Pirate took 3 seconds, Snelle Henk at 5 seconds, Bellamy has 3 seconds, and Benny Mac has 3 seconds. So strange thing that Double didn't get any penalties from the stewarding from the game in that moment there. So seeing Infamous pitted for front wing damage. I think he was the car who was the McLaren who was standing still as well, but actually got away with it. So he's a lucky man. He's a really lucky man. There's only a few cars who can say they survived such a crash, and he's one of them. Now Riley Boy in the Williams actually in a really good position on those mediums. No wear during the safety car, and keeping them on temperature right. He might actually try to finish this race on them. Safety car actually went in again. I missed that for a second watching the current C6 Discord chat. Luke actually fighting off again with the Mercedes here. Both Mercedes had a good position here. We're taking P3 and 4, and but Luke still hanging in on his position. Now actually closing in on Kele, maybe taking his P1 back. Let's see if he can make the overtake work and actually try to slam a gap in on Kele. On Riley Boy, sorry. Riley Boy is still leading. And there he goes. He was looking for it, but he didn't try it. And he's definitely going to be looking for it on the straight. Both cars on a good ERS position at the moment. And Riley Boy still defending his P1 here. As Luke still closing in, and Kele got the overtake on Bellamy work. Oh, Bellamy going off. Did he keep it out of the wall actually? He did, and he didn't get any damage, but Kele now currently at P7. And there's still a big fight going on in front. All three cars leading here. And it's Balamiov. On the exit of turn 4, he crashed. Is this another safety car? And it is another safety car, so that's the third safety car in 18 laps of racing. I don't know what to say about this. It looks like Monza's over again from last season. Riley Boy now going in, of course he's going in. Luke going in. Eddie actually sticking for the hard tires, and so does Kele and Rosebeach still going on those mediums. And why shouldn't they? Should they pit? They are on the hard tires. Kele has 3 laps on them. Oh, Kele spun. And he actually went off track now. Oh, keep it out of the wall, please. Yeah, and he does. But he lost quite some time here now. So that's overtake on Riley Boy on the teammate. He got for the medium tires, new medium tires. And so did Luke. Oh, but Kele got the positions back. So he was allowed to take the positions back, I guess. And now P7, so both Williams behind each other. And just as was a racing incident in my opinion, and I think you might be right. Yeah, I don't see the way to make the overtake there, but yeah, it could definitely been a racing incident, but yeah. It caused a big massive crash, and the stewards of RLH will decide what to do with it, if there is going any to be any reporting. Double actually in P3 at the moment. I was looking for him, I didn't see him on the board, but he's in P3 behind Rosebridge and Eddie. Infamous, who all came all the way from the back, now currently at P4. Righty, but no, Benny Mac actually going for the pit lane now. I don't know why, but he is, and he's probably going for the mediums. But it will cost him a lot of places. And at this moment the Williams and the McLarens are looking in a really good position. 1 and 4, 5 and 6. 12 cars remaining here in category 6. And the safety car is going in since the lights are off at the car. Now Eddie taking the restart. Let's see what he's gonna plan. He's going for an early one. He's going for a late one. Currently he's still waiting. He's still waiting. And he's accelerating. And Rosebridge is definitely not sleeping here. Actually in a really good position to make the overtake already. Into turn 1. And he did. And is he going wide? He doesn't. And he made it stick. Oh, Eddie now spinning around. And Rosebridge now at P1, double P2, Infamous taking P3, Riley Boy at P4. Kayleigh took a lot of positions backwards, so I think he took a spun as well. Luke now looking for the hunt on 24 hours, not going for the overtake here, as he shouldn't. And it's a small train forming up here of 4 cars. Benny Mac actually took some wheel spin, went into the inside. And now looking for the attack on Riley Boy actually. As he is in a good position. Oh, and he does for a deep one. Oh, and he lost the car. I don't think he was in any position. I saw the gap, of course, but Riley Boy closed it very fast. And now Benny Mac lost a really lot of positions. Luke now looking for the overtake on 24 hours. He was still hunting and closing in. And actually still on a good position, but 24 hours really close to Riley Boy as well. And Luke not trying to make the overtake work here, as 24 hours made a good defending move. And in the front of the pack there is some gap forming. Rosebitch actually in a really good pace on those mediums. And slamming almost 2-second gap on double. As Luke is now really closing in on the Mighty Fax again. Oh, but he went wide and now lost it. Lost the position to the Merc behind him. Now Stella Henke going for it as well. No, he doesn't. Good thinking of him. And Luke went wide and lost the position to the Mercedes of Mighty Fax. 24 hours now still on the back of Riley Boy. Riley Boy is in a great position at the moment. Let's see, double having 3-second penalties, so he won't be taking a podium currently. But he's still in a good position in P4. Also, Kele looking for the redemption on his spins in turn 1. He took some there. But he's closing in quite fast on Peter Pirate on those hard tires. His pace is amazing on those tires. And actually Luke now looking for the overtake and he didn't make it. Oh, but it's a lock up from Mighty Frax. Now Luke on the inside on the ERS. Is he gonna make it work on the outside? And he does. Now he took his position back. Now back at P6 and he can look for the overtake and hunt on the other Mercedes of 24 hours. Who's still trying to close in enough on Riley Boy to take his P4 away. But Luke really on a good pace here on those medium tires. And definitely closing in on the Mighty on 24 hours. So that's gonna be good for Riley Boy. Gives him some breathing space there. Riley Boy who actually closed in quite a lot on Infamous. So maybe he can take the position of Infamous there in P3. Let's see if he can make it work. Lost a little bit of time there, but not definitely not dangerous. A lot. Now onto the straight, I don't believe, and DRS is enabled. So Infamous now getting an attack from Riley Boy. Riley Boy on the inside and he's through. Going deep. Oh, and that's really deep from Riley Boy actually. Oh, and that's a Mercedes off. And it's 24 hours into the wall. Lost almost an entire front wing as he took a spot in the exit of turn 1. So he lost his fight there. Luke now on the back of Riley Boy here. But the Mercedes is looking for the gap as well. Who's gonna take it? Can Riley Boy defend enough to keep Luke behind? And the Mighty Fax can actually take advantage of the fight here going on in front of him. And Luke now really on the tail of Riley Boy here. But Riley Boy has DRS. And so does Luke. Who's going to be having the most ERS? And it's going to be Riley Boy on the most ERS. That is the DRS open. Infamous waiting for the attack. We've seen Riley Boy do it before going in deep, but he doesn't do it again. Luke lost a bit of time there. Now Riley Boy on the other DRS zone. This is such a short zone. Don't think he's going to make the overtake work now, and he didn't. Luke still on the tail of Riley Boy, and the Mighty Frax actually really close behind him as well. Peter Pirate now closing in on Benny Mac. I actually think Benny Mac made the overtake on Peter Pirate there. Seeing he had DRS and Kele already shoved back to P11. I think he took a spin again or had some wheel spin in turn 1 again, so it's definitely not his race here. But let's go back to the fight here as we have 4 cars, and it's Riley Boy taking P1 into turn 12, going there for the inside on Infamous, and took the position and sticked it. Now Luke looking for the outside on Infamous, but he didn't make it work. Now on the exit of turn 14, maybe DRS open, ERS on, and Infamous has ERS as well. Can Luke make it work? He needs to defend up against Mercedes as well. Mercedes on the outside, and he didn't make it. Now Luke lost a lot of time there. Oh, the Mercedes needs to switch position, as Luke was defending the outside, but the Mercedes was trying to get on the outside. So he needs to switch his position and lost a lot of time there. So that's good defending from Luke. Now actually closing in on Infamous again. For that P4. Righty Boy, who is also within 3 seconds of double, so he's currently at P2 if he stays this way. And there he goes, Luke on the inside in turn 12. And he made it work. So that's Luke now in P4. Oh, and also Mighty Frax took the position from Infamous. He took advantage of the fact from the fight going on in front of him. And now he's at P5. Still on the DRS with Luke. Luke doesn't have DRS on Riley Boy. Riley Boy already at within 2.6 seconds now on double. So he's in a great position to take his podium, at least one of the podium places away from double. Taking P2 at the moment. And let's not forget the leader of the pack here, Rosenberg, who slammed in quite a gap on those medium tires, the older medium tires and the cars in front, behind him, taking P1 and definitely in a really good position to get the win in here today. Luke already closed in on Riley Boy again. Oh, and he made it work. What a brilliant overtake there. In turn 11, he made the overtake in the inside with a lifting corner on Riley Boy, taking P3. What a brilliant overtake from the driver here in the Ferrari. Now currently at P3, actually in P2 at the moment. And let's see if Riley Boy can actually keep up with Luke, as he is still in a position to take P3 away from double. Therefore he does need to close in at least 4/10 of a second. But he has the fight going on behind him as well, as Mighty Frax still looking to close in on Riley Boy and still looking for the gap. As we are keep switching, Eddie actually closing in on Peter Pirate. Peter Pirate, who seems to be having connection issues and is not in his car at the moment. So this is going to be an easy overtake for Eddie here. And Kayleigh also closing in on him, as Peter Pirate actually, his AI is actually keeping Eddie up. So this is a good position for Kayleigh here. And Luke actually already within 3/10 of a second on double. What a pace is he showing here today. Now on the DRS, and there he goes for P2. And he's through. Now the Ferrari driver is back in a group position. Taking P2 here. Now he has an 8-second gap on the leader of the pack, Rosenberg. So let's see if he can actually close in enough. But Riley Boy now in a good position to take P3 since the double has his 3-second penalty. The Mighty Frax still close behind him as well though. Kayleigh, who actually took the position from Eddie away, now looking for the hunt on Peter Pirate, his car, taking the inside, and the AI driver closed the gap really fast, but lost the positions against both drivers here. Now Kayleigh back at P9 and Eddie at P10. And Riley Boy actually really fast closing in on double. He doesn't need to make any mistakes. He doesn't need to push anything. He's in a good position at the moment. Only thing he needs to do is keep the mighty Frax behind him, who's actually going to take a position as well if the cars finish like this. And 6.6 seconds for Luke on the leader of the pack, with 5 laps to go. So his pace is really amazing here in on those medium tires in a Ferrari car. Riley Boy, who's doing a great job defending his position against the mighty Frax here. And we look at the penalties at the moment. Oh, well, sorry for that. And it's 6 seconds for Benny Mac, who keeps his position at the moment, and 3 seconds for all the other cars currently on penalties. And position changes, I'm actually really curious. On the moment, Double took 14 places, but he will lose his podium position when the cars finish like this. And Rosebitch is taking 10 positions away from here. Infamous taking 8. And it's overall yellow flag, so I think it's a virtual safety car. And I'm actually curious who it was. And it was for Infamous. No wing left on that car. So this does give Rosebitch some space, some breathing space, and Riley Boy actually lost quite some time on Double at the moment, where he's now without outside of the 3-second penalty and needs to close in again. Can he make that work? The mighty Frax actually really closing in on Riley Boy now as well. 24 hours and Kayleigh. Oh, Kayleigh spun again. And I think he lost his front wing as well. At least part of it. Oh no, he didn't. He actually kept it out of the wall. That's a good work from the Williams driver there. And Eddie is out. In the pit lane. So only 11 cars finish at the moment. And Luke actually closed in really fast after that virtual safety car restart. And is now within 2.4 seconds of Rosebitch with 3 laps to go. Can he make it work to close in enough and actually take P1 back in the last lap? Riley Boy currently within 3 seconds again, so he's gonna take P3. And Snelle Henk is in the pit lane as well. He's in top 10, so maybe he will try to set a set of soft tires. And no, he doesn't. I think he did a drive-through penalty. Luke now 1.2 seconds on Rosebitch. 2 laps to go. And look of the pace in the Ferrari driver here. Riley Boy actually really close behind Double now. Oh, but he lost the position against Mighty Frax. So these two cars still battling it out. Riley Boy took the position back now. And this can actually give Double some breathing space, but not enough at the moment. As Riley Boy is within 1 second almost, and the Mighty Frex is 3/10 behind Riley Boy. And I see some chats coming in. Shack Attack joined in, fresh out of his race in the other category. Whoa, still going. Yeah, we had a lobby restart. And quite some safety cars. Riley Boy now within DRS of double. Really close on him now. Into the last corner. Going into the last lap. And Benny Mac is also out. Let's see if he can catch a small few. And he lost it in turn 6. No, turn 9, excuse me. Double lost the position against Riley Boy. Now Riley Boy at P3. And Luke actually took P1. So taking a close look on the fights behind the leader of the pack. Luke now back in P1. And he's looking good on his pace. Already took a second out of a gap. And Rose Beach is now currently at P2. The Mighty Frags really close on double. Doesn't need to make any risk here. He's like really close. He's actually way on his tail there. Almost touching his ERS light. And of course he does want to make the overtake work on track just for the feeling of it. But he doesn't need to make any risks. But he will take the position now on the DRS. Oh, but double actually has a lot of ERS left. And Mighty Frax doesn't. And it's a lock up again in turn 1 for him. Not a good exit on turn 1. And he won't make the overtake work for now. So 9 cars out of the race. Oh, now. Oh no, it was a yellow flag situation there. So he didn't get allowed to make the overtake. Oh, and now he spun away and lost a lot of time on double here. Running wide. Don't want to risk a penalty since he is in a position to take P4 based on penalties. And now Luke went over the finish line. Rosebitch as well. And there we have our pole position starter and our winner of the race in the Ferrari, Luke VDM, taking the first victory in this season for Category 6. Rosebitch with an amazing race, taking P2, 20 laps on those medium tires. Riley Boy at P3 in the Williams. Mighty Frax actually at P4 in the Mercedes. Double taking P5. Infamous currently at P6. LC 24 hours taking P7. Peter Pirate at P8. Snelle Henk at P9. And Kayleigh shutting the list off at P10 after a really unfortunate race for him. But here we have our leader of the championship after one race and the first winner of this first race season. Luke, and double taking the driver of the day, just based on being smart and keeping out of as much trouble as he could. Yeah, so here we have the podium. Ferrari taking P1 here. What a result for him and what a pace he had. And that's it for tonight's race here at Category 6, guys. I see a lot of cheering for Luke in the chat, and he definitely deserves it. And that's it for tonight's race at Category 6. So that's the result of the first race here in Season 9 Euro Cup Racing League Up Category 6. Next week we're gonna be back with Spain. Hope to see you all back then. And for now, I will thank you all for watching and have a really good evening. And hopefully see you all next week in Barcelona. See you guys and have a good evening.